2 weeks before Christmas, a grandmother made a choice that would bring her before Judge Frank Caprio. She stole a toy, not for herself, not to resell, but because three little faces were waiting at home and their father was 7,000 miles away serving our country. What the judge does will move you to tears. It's December 12th in Providence Municipal Court. The hallways are decorated with modest Christmas wreaths, and there's a chill in the air that has nothing to do with winter. Judge Frank Caprio adjusts his reading glasses as he reviews the morning's cases. Most are traffic violations, small disputes, the usual parade of minor infractions. But the next case will become one of the most shared Christmas stories in internet history. The bailiff calls out, "Rosa Martinez, shoplifting charge." The courtroom doors open, and a small woman in her late 60s enters slowly. She's wearing a worn winter coat that's seen too many seasons, her gray hair pulled back in a simple bun. Her hands shake slightly as she walks to the podium, and her eyes are red from crying. What catches everyone's attention immediately is the way she carries herself, not with the defiance of someone who feels justified, but with the profound shame of someone who never imagined being in this position. Judge Caprio looks at the file, then at Rosa with his characteristic gentleness. "Mrs. Martinez, please come forward. Can you tell me what happened?" Rosa's voice trembles as she speaks. "Your Honor, I took a toy from Target, a Spider-Man action figure. It cost $11.99. I didn't have enough money to pay for it, so I put it in my purse and walked out. Security stopped me in the parking lot." "Mrs. Martinez," Judge Caprio asks, "have you ever been arrested before?" "No, sir, never. Not even a parking ticket. I'm 68 years old, and I've never done anything like this in my entire life." The shame in her voice is palpable. "I don't even recognize myself anymore." Judge Caprio leans forward slightly. "Can you help me understand? Why did you take the toy?" And here is where Rosa's composure finally breaks. Tears stream down her face as she begins to speak, her words tumbling out between sobs. "My son, Carlos, he's deployed in Afghanistan. He's a sergeant in the army. This is his third deployment. His wife, she left him 2 years ago, said she couldn't handle the military life anymore. So now I'm raising his 3 children. Miguel is 8, Sophia is 6, and little Danny just turned 4. The courtroom has gone completely silent. Every person in the gallery is leaning forward, listening. "I get $847 a month from Social Security," Rosa continues. "That's all we have. After rent, utilities, and food, there's nothing left. Nothing. The kids, they don't understand why their daddy can't be here for Christmas. They don't understand why there are no decorations, no special meals, no presents." She wipes her eyes with a tissue that's already soaked. "Last week, Miguel came home from school crying. His teacher asked everyone to draw a picture of what they want for Christmas. All the other children drew toys and games. Miguel drew a picture of his father. He wrote, 'I want my daddy home,' at the bottom." Several people in the courtroom are now crying openly. Judge Caprio removes his glasses, visibly moved. Rosa's voice drops to almost a whisper. "I've been saving coins in a jar for months. By December 10th, I had $11.23. I went to Target because they had action figures on sale. Miguel loves Spider-Man. I thought maybe I could give him one small thing, one toy to make him smile on Christmas morning. But the toy was $11.99 with tax. I was 76 cents short. I stood in that aisle for 20 minutes trying to decide what to do. And then I just put it in my purse and walked out. I knew it was wrong. I knew I could get arrested, but all I could think about was Miguel's face on Christmas morning." Judge Caprio stands up from his bench, something he does only in the most significant moments. "Mrs. Martinez, where are your grandchildren now?" "They're at school, Your Honor. A neighbor picks them up for me and watches them until I get home. They don't know I'm here. They can't know their grandmother is a criminal." If this story is touching your heart, please subscribe. Acts of love and compassion need to be shared, especially at Christmas. Judge Caprio walks around the bench to stand directly in front of Rosa. "Mrs. Martinez, you are not a criminal. You're a grandmother doing everything in your power to care for 3 children while their father serves our country. What you did was wrong, yes, but I understand why you did it." He turns to the prosecutor. "What does the store want in this case?" A young prosecutor stands. "Your Honor, Target has a zero-tolerance policy, but given the circumstances, they're willing to defer to the court's judgment. Judge Caprio nods, then addresses Rosa. Mrs. Martinez, I'm dismissing this charge completely. You will have no criminal record. This incident will be erased. Rosa's knees buckle slightly with relief. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much. I'm not finished, the judge continues. He reaches into his own pocket and pulls out his wallet. Mrs. Martinez, my family and I have been blessed. We have everything we need and more. I want you to have this. He hands her several bills. That's $200. I want you to buy Christmas presents for Miguel, Sophia, and Danny. Real presents. Toys they'll love. Rosa stares at the money in disbelief, shaking her head. Your Honor, I can't accept. Please, Judge Caprio insists gently. It would honor me if you would. Those children deserve a Christmas, and their grandmother deserves to see them smile. But what happens next shocks everyone in the courtroom. Judge Caprio turns to the gallery. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a grandmother here raising 3 children alone while their father serves in Afghanistan. She's doing it on $847 a month. If anyone in this courtroom would like to help this family have a better Christmas, I'm going to do something unusual. I'm going to pass around a basket. The bailiff quickly finds a container, and within minutes, people are lining up. A man in a business suit puts in a $100 bill. An elderly woman on a walker adds a 20. A young mother with her own children contributes what she can. Even the court reporter reaches into her purse. When the basket returns to Judge Caprio, he counts it carefully. Mrs. Martinez, the people of Providence have just given you $1,847. This is for you and your grandchildren. Rosa collapses into the chair behind her, sobbing uncontrollably. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to thank you. A woman stands up from the gallery. Your Honor, may I say something? Judge Caprio nods. The woman approaches. Mrs. Martinez, my name is Linda Chen. I own a small catering business. I'd like to provide Christmas dinner for your family. A full meal, delivered on Christmas Eve. And I have some gently used toys from my own grandchildren that I'd love to give to Miguel, Sophia, and Danny. Another man stands. Your Honor, I'm Tom Bradley. I'm a veteran myself, served in Desert Storm. Mrs. Martinez, I want to pay your rent for the next 3 months. No grandmother should worry about keeping a roof over her children's heads while their father is deployed. One by one, people continue to stand, offering help. Grocery store gift cards, children's clothing, school supplies. A woman offers free childcare. A man who owns a heating company offers to service her furnace for free. Judge Caprio watches it all with tears streaming down his face. This is why he became a judge, not to punish the desperate, but to recognize human goodness and create moments where a community can show its heart. Finally, when the offers stop, Judge Caprio addresses the courtroom. What we've witnessed here today is the true spirit of Christmas, not in shopping malls or expensive gifts, but in a community recognizing that we are responsible for each other. Mrs. Martinez didn't commit a crime today. She committed an act of love, and all of you responded with love. He turns back to Rosa. Mrs. Martinez, please tell your son that while he's protecting our country overseas, his community is protecting his family here at home. Tell him that his sacrifice is not forgotten. Tell him that his children will have a Christmas filled with joy. And tell him that his mother is a hero who deserves our respect and gratitude. Rosa can barely speak through her tears. I will, Your Honor. I promise I will. As Rosa prepares to leave, Judge Caprio adds one final thing. Mrs. Martinez, please bring Miguel, Sophia, and Danny to court next week. I'd like to meet them, and I'd like to present them with letters from this courtroom thanking them for sharing their grandmother with us today and thanking their father for his service. The video of Rosa Martinez's case was posted online on December 13th. Within 48 hours, it had been viewed 15 million times. The response was overwhelming. Target Corporation issued a public statement praising Judge Caprio's compassion and announcing a $10,000 donation to military families in Rhode Island. Toy companies sent boxes of Christmas gifts. A national veterans organization established the Rosa Martinez Emergency Fund to help military families in crisis. Over $200,000 was donated in the first week alone. But perhaps the most touching moment came on Christmas morning. Carlos Martinez, serving in Afghanistan, received a video call from his children. Behind them was a Christmas tree donated by their community, surrounded by presents and a dining table filled with food. His son Miguel held up the Spider-Man action figure and said, "Daddy, a judge named Caprio made sure we had Christmas. He said to tell you thank you for keeping us safe. And Grandma says to tell you that you're her hero, but she's ours." Carlos wept openly on that video call, 7,000 miles from home, knowing that his children and his mother were being cared for by a community that had never met them, but chose to love them anyway. Judge Frank Caprio later said that Rosa Martinez's case reminded him what the justice system should truly be about. Not punishment, but understanding. Not rejection, but embrace. Not isolation, but community. Sometimes the most important verdict a judge can deliver isn't guilty or not guilty. Sometimes it's simply this: you are seen, you are valued, and you are not alone. That's the gift Judge Caprio gave Rosa Martinez that December morning. And it's the gift we can all give each other, not just at Christmas, but every single day.